Hello, everyone, and welcome to the International Fab Talks. It's a honor and pleasure to have unsung heroes join our platform every single day. And today we are being honored by the special presence of our teacher. She is Miss RAMA MUGAD, joining us all the way from Hubli, Karnataka, a lovely personality who has been giving her very best. Hello, ma'am, and welcome to the session.
Thank you. Thank you.
Dear. We are so happy and honored to have you share the space with us, ma'am, today. It's really a pleasure. I never in my dreams ever thought that I would get a chance to again, have a connection and bonding with my teachers who have been teaching, so well during our school days. My dear friends, I'm sure all of you, the convent high school girls who studied at Hubli, Karnataka, I'm sure you'll all be excited to know and to learn more about our celebrity and guest, that is our teacher, Miss RAMA MUGAD. Dear ma'am, I go ahead and share your profile in an official way, with your permission.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. My dear friends, it's always a honor and a privilege and a great responsibility to share the profile of our celebrity and guest on the International Fab Talks. Ma'am has an enormous amount of time and energy that she's been spending in the educational sector as an academician. She's given 4 decades, and that becomes too much for a person to give. But yet, ma'am gave all her beautiful years to improve and educate the young minds. She's been working for 30 years in Sacred Heart Convent High School. Apart from that, she's been working for 7 years in Lion School, Hubli. Prior to that, she worked for 2 years in Belgaum in a school. And friends, she is an arts graduate from Karnataka University with English literature and as a main subject and social science as the second choice. And dear friends, she's completed her B.Ed from the Regional College of Education, Mysore, through distance education and campus education, you could call it, campus education course in the year 1980-81. Ma'am had the wonderful opportunity to work with great principals like Sister Sujata, Sister Sumitra, and Sister Irene. Ma'am's tenure in the convent high school was beautiful, and it is very special and close to her heart as she's connected with most of the colleagues she worked with and the staff members who had a very special time with her during her presence. And she feels extremely happy to be connected with many of them even now. Even several of the principals are connected with her even till date, including the new principal, who is the present principal of Sacred Heart Convent High School, Hubli.
Lina.
Yes, dear. That's really nice. And ma'am,
her name is Sister Lina.
Yes, dear. And my dear friends, ma'am is invited as a special judge and a chief guest to most of the functions that take place in convent school. And that's really a wonder and a privilege to call and to respect our senior teachers or the ex-teachers, you could say, and make them share their experiences and honor them in the right way. And dear friends, I'd like to add more to ma'am's profile here. Ma'am is now relaxing. Actually, ma'am was requested to work again after retirement, but then her children love her so much and they requested her to relax. One of her children, the daughter, is in UAE, well settled with 2 children, and her son is settled in Bengaluru. He's also having 2 children. Totally, she has 4 grandchildren, and they are a beautiful family. They share a lot of family bondings, like, special visits to each other's place and respect each other's space as well. And all her 4 grandchildren are pursuing their academic, pursuits. And she'd love to see all her grandchildren reach heights, like how she wished all the good for all of us when we were students, the same love she has for everyone. It's really a pleasure to have her here. Now, let's get to know more about ma'am as to how she became a teacher, what's her journey after retirement, and what was her journey after we left school, because our batch was the 1989-90 batch. So when we left school, what were the things that happened? We'll get to know more about it. Join us, friends.
Yeah.
Dear ma'am, we'd like to know from you as to how you took up the teaching profession. Who is the real Miss Rama?
I don't know. It was, I did not think that I would become a teacher, but it was in my blood, I think. And soon after my graduation in Belgaum, I did my graduation from Belgaum in Lingraj College, through Lingraj College. And after the exams were over, with my friends, I was just going for a stroll and all in the evening in the camp area, which was calm and cool and very nice place for walking and all, for a walk. And there I happened to see a school of art, school of culture. It was run by Miss Prabha Deshpande. She's not there now, sorry. But it was it was English medium school. And I too had studied English literature, and my friends were all speaking English, and we were always converse in English and all. That was not a thing. So I just casually entered this thing and asked them whether there is any vacancy for me and all. And it so happened that that year there were no vacancies because she had just started it, and every year she was increasing one class. And next year she came home after they took my address. She came home and asked my father, because I was not there at home that time. She asked my father to send me to a school the next day. I was very excited and I went there thinking it would be a nice thing. I was very happy thinking that I would be working and I would be earning some money and all. But those days, the salary was so less and all. And my father was not very willing actually to send me to work. But when that lady herself came and she spoke to him, she convinced him that will really take care of all the teachers who are in her school and all. He was convinced, and he also spoke to her and finally allowed me, gave me permission to work there. And initially it was not very easy for me because I was very fast and I could not come down to the level of the students. I would talk to my friends and all very fast and all, and it was different to teach and different to learn for yourself. So in the initial days, I found it a little bit difficult, but gradually I adjusted and I became very friendly with my students, and they would be happy with my teaching and all. So like this 2 years I taught there, and maybe I would have continued, but I was I got married in the year 1975, so I had to give up that job. But she was very happy with my work and all. And immediately I came to Hubli after my marriage. So from 75 till date, I'm here only. 75 I came and I just gave an application to the school which is nearby my house. And there, without even thing, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Yaugal was there, SS Yaugal. He took my interview and immediately, without even any other things, he just said, "You come and join our school from May." In those days, May end, the school would start. So I was very happy that I got again to teach. And thus my teaching career started here. It continued for a number of years, 7 years. Few years I taught with my only degree. I did not have a B.Ed, which is very important and which is a must. It is required. So my principal, who was a government officer, retired government officer, insisted that I somehow do the B.Ed. Otherwise, my career will be at crossroads. So I had to do that, and I applied to first Mysore University, and then I applied to this regional college of education in Mysore, which would take the students from 4 states: Karnataka, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, and Kerala. So out of 4 states, they would select few students. We had about a batch of some 100 students. I don't know, from 4 states, 100 students. But in Hubli, we got three of us were elected. I was one of them, luckily. And I had the very good opportunity of learning from those teachers and all. And this was 14 months program. My B.Ed education was 14 months, 10 months in school in the same place, 2 months contact program first year. The next time when I go there, I would give my exams and I would finish the degree, and I got that B.Ed thing. So I completed it in 80s, 81. And I came back. My results also were good. 78% I scored. I can show you the certificate. But that time already the academic year had begun, schools had started, and I couldn't join. So I continued in the line school only 1 year. But then very next year, I had an opportunity of joining the convent high school because Miss Enid Rebel, I remember now, Enid Rebel was a teacher who was teaching English and geography in convent high school, and she retired as though it was a coincidence. God wanted me to go there. I had not even seen the convent. I was in Vijayanagar and convent was in Keshwapur. So one of the teachers, senior teachers of convent high school, had come to Lion School after her retirement to work. It was Miss Terry Lobes, very famous and very popular old teacher of convent high school. She was very much impressed by me, and she said, "I want you to go and join the convent." And she forced me. She asked me to apply there, and because there was a luckily place vacancy being created by retirement of Miss Enid Rebel. So I applied and they interviews went on for 2 rounds, 3 rounds, and then I was asked to give the lesson, and then I was selected as a teacher there. 2012, 30 years exactly I worked. In the month of February 2012, I retired. And in the same period, I also had the opportunity of witnessing our centenary program. 2011 was the centenary program of our school. My convent school was established in the year 1911, and 2011 we completed 100 years. So I had a wonderful opportunity of working with the teachers, principals.
Yes, dear.
And
Yes.
I had lots to learn, and I gave to remember.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That's really wonderful, ma'am, to hear that. And the centenary year also had been celebrated, and you were there at that time. That is in the year 2011. That's really
Yeah,
beautiful. And we didn't
exactly.
know about it, and you
Yes,
just shared that with us. That's beautiful news. Yes, dear.
yes.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, any memorable
I had
incident? Yes, dear. Please go ahead, ma'am.
one more thing. One more thing. I joined in the year 82, and in the very 83 year, 150 years of the Foundation Day congregation, our congregation of the Daughters of the Cross of Sisters, sisters who are teaching in the convent, that was founded in the year 1853, 1833. So it was exactly 150 years in the year 1983 when I had just joined the school. It was only 1 year since I had joined the school. So I had the opportunity of witnessing the 150 years of congregation day, and also 100 years of.
Very nice that you were present both for the 150th,
Thank you.
centenary year, and as well as the centenary year for the school that had started, the Daughters of the Cross, and as well as the Sacred Heart Convent School centenary year. That's really nice. Ma'am, any memorable incident you remember as a teacher with regard to your students?
Yeah, my students, I think you will get a review if they happen to see this. Many of them were very fond of thing, and they would love my explanation in the class, and they would say that I would really take them. For example, that Wordsworth's poem, "I wandered lonely as a cloud." That poem I would explain to them, and they were so charmed by that thing. And some of them even wrote to me that we remember till date, we remember your explanation and all those things. And they also allowed my history lecture lessons. I would teach them. I would take a lot of trouble to study the World War I and World War II. And the Reader's Digest publication has brought about a big uh, book which contains a lot of illustrated with pictures and all those things, and all that I studied. And I took a lot of trouble and explained to them the causes, the course of the war, and the results of the war, Second World War, for which many of my students they remember till date. And I was also very much interested. One Miss Prema Venkateshan was the teacher. You must be remembering her. She was a very good friend of me, and we would both would organize the staff picnics, and we would make lot of fun. We would have a lot of fun in the picnics and all. And Sister Sumitra and all loved the picnics. We would arrange every year staff picnics, and we would have gala time during those days. All that I remember, and I would ask my students. Sister Sujata had given me the responsibility of sending the girls for various writer knowledge competitions. I was in charge of them, and I would select the girls and send them to the various competitions, and they would come back with prizes and all, and I would feel proud about them. That is also my remembering. I mean, I remember that a lot.
Yes, dear. That's really very nice, ma'am. And yes, you mentioned Miss Prema's name. She was our mathematics teacher.
Correct.
Yes, dear. That's beautiful, ma'am. Dear ma'am, now we'll come down to another level. Like after so many years of experience in the academic sector as an academician, what do you feel today's academic system is it on the right track, or is it very fast forward? What do you have to say with regard to the academic system now?
Well, I have my own feeling. I mean, When I go to the school these days for some work, sister calls me for something. Last year also she called me. I'm not telling. Uh, she called me to give some grammar lessons to the 10th standard students. I explained to them all the figures of speech in 2 hour thing. I took 2 hours and explained to them and all. And she always tells me that it is very difficult to find English teachers, especially. They have hardly any experience or read lot of. To become an English teacher, one is, it is necessary that she herself must be well read. She must have the knowledge of classic works like Shakespeare, Chaucer, William Wordsworth, Milton, and all those things, and Shakespeare, this one, Keats, Shelley, all those things. I don't know whether any of them read. That's what she always says. I don't get the teachers. They think English teacher means the basic subject what they have, that is English. That is about the English teacher. Let it be. I said you will find if there are good teachers and all. But nowadays, I think more attention is more focus is on the recording and what is the documentation of the activities that are done in the school. The teachers are more of clerks than teachers, and those self-explanatory boards and all. I don't know. Nowadays, it is digitalization. There are boards, and the teacher sits and she just puts the thing, and they see that. But in our days, it was not like. In our times, it was not like that. We had to explain everything. I had to prepare. I would prepare the lessons. After that, after some years, I gave up the preparing because I was perfect in those things. I would never carry a. Only in the English class, I would carry the textbook and read the poem and then explain it in my own words. But for literature, I'm sorry, for history, I never used to carry the textbook. I would carry the book, but keep it on the table, and I would tell the students also, don't refer to your textbook now. I will explain, go home and refer to the textbook and see if I have missed out any points in the textbook, or if additional facts are given, you come and let me ask me the questions. I'm ready to explain it to them. They liked it very much. For example, that Italian unification, German unification, those were the chapters which they found it very difficult, but I managed to explain them. Thank God for that. I could explain to them and I could convince them with all the facts and everything, and they were very happy that I was not taking. And my principal also would insist that history is not a subject to be read from the textbook like line by line. It is should be explained by the teacher. She must herself be perfect expert in that, and then she must be able to explain to the children. And luckily, I had that an opportunity. But nowadays, I find the children are made to work. They are, of course, the children are very smart these days. They have very sharp brains and they ask number of questions and all. But the children, I mean, teachers also should be prepared with that. And they, one more surprising thing in our school, when in the convent school, you all must have known that right from their childhood they were taught how to refer to the dictionary, how to find out various meanings, different meanings, and how that same word can be used as a verb, as a noun, as an adjective, as a various things in the various contexts, how to use it and all. But what was surprising one of these days in my when I recently visited one school, the students told me, I said, what about the difficult words? Your teacher explains all the meaning. That the children told me, the teacher doesn't give us any meanings from the thing, textbook. She tells, go to the Google and find out the meaning. I was shocked. Google doesn't give you the all the other meanings. No doubt, Google is a very immediate help for the students nowadays, but I would never accept that. I would like the students to open the dictionary, refer to that, and find out the different meanings of the word, and how they must know how to use them in different contexts and how in the different forms of that word. That is my experience. I mean, that is what my opinion. I don't know. But the children also keep telling that children, teachers don't explain much these days, but we are asked to go into the textbook and read. And nowadays, there are many ways. They go to the tuitions and they get the online classes, the other things. This it is totally different now. So it is better that I'm not venturing into the teaching again. Old-fashioned teachers, they may call me.
Yes, dear ma'am. Dear ma'am, what about your connection with all your colleagues who have retired now? How many of your colleagues are in contact with you? One is Ms.
Uh, yeah, she is my friend, very close. Both of us joined at the same time. She is my friend only. She was a Hindi teacher, and she also retired 1 year, 2 years. 2014 she retired, 13 she retired. I retired in 12. Well, I'm in touch with all my teachers, and they have formed, thanks to the social media and the technological thing, in the WhatsApp, they have formed the convent teachers retired group, and every day there will be messages and all, and any new things. I remember I meet. That's why I'm in touch with Sushila Shastri. Have you heard about her?
Yes,
She must
ma'am.
have told you.
Yes,
Sushila
yes.
Shastri is in touch with us. Miss Irene Lobo, Miss Flavia Krasna, many teachers, they are all in this one. They all post their messages and some anecdotes, some experiences, some messages, whatever they get, which they want to share with others. We are in touch with others. And it also helps us to know if there is any function or any thing happens in the to the thing. We immediately come to know and we rush to their house to offer our help or whatever the need may be. So we are in touch. And they also remember to invite the past teachers for their any weddings or any functions or whatever it is. And same way here also, I too reciprocate the same thing. We often are invited to school, but it is not fair to go and disturb the working hours. So I go during the time when there is a lunch break and all, meet all the teachers and say hi and all. And they all have my junior teachers who joined later, Mr. Pundalik. You may not be knowing, he's a sir there. And the other teachers, Master Vishnu, Miss Vani, Rajashree's teacher's daughter, all of them are there. They all respect us. Miss Kasturi is another teacher who teaches maths and science to the high school. They all are in touch with me and they respect me a lot and they wish me on my birthdays and the Teachers' Day and all those things.
How nice. That is so nice to know, ma'am. That's really very nice. It really makes us feel proud that you all are still connected and bonding very well. I mean, it's a takeaway for all of us. Even at this moment, we may be spread across the world, but when we have the opportunity to bond because of
Yeah,
with the help of
yeah,
social media, we definitely have to do that and take advantage of it. That's really nice, ma'am. Dear ma'am, what kind of a message you'd love to give to all of your students, your ex-students? What is the
yes.
beautiful message you'd love to give them?
I would like to tell them that never give up learning. You must keep reading, keep yourself occupied and keep learning. Life is entirely, life itself is a learning thing process, and we should never stop. We should never say that I know now everything. There is nothing more for me to learn. We always can learn, and this learning is a teaching and learning process is a continuous and eternal process till the date till we kick the bucket. I think we have opportunity to learn so many things. Maybe not be in the academic sense, but in life also we learn so many things through so many experiences, so many things. And that's what my message is: learn and keep learning, keep continue to learn and continue to spread the importance of knowledge, education, and to all the other students. That is my message.
Wonderful, dear. That's really nice. Ma'am, we'd love you to give a message now to all of those students who are now still studying in convent high school, the present, all the present students who are there, the girl students who are studying there. What kind of a message you'd like to give them? Because now you are an ex-teacher, but still you'd love to
Yeah,
give your piece of wisdom to them. So what
yeah.
kind of a message, dear?
I would like to give one simple message to them. The present world is a world of competition. There is a lot of competition, and as a result, and the parents also expect a lot from their children, and there is a lot of stress and tremendous stress and pressure on the students. I would tell them, don't take that stress. And it is not necessary. I mean, the world of competition, you must work hard. That I agree. But at the same time, any failure, first attempt, you fail in something or you get less marks, don't be dejected, don't be disheartened by that. Very often we read that students are disappointed very badly with the results and they go to the extreme step. I would tell my students, I would ask those girls, children, all those boys or girls, whatever, whoever is it is. But since it is my own school girls, I must say, I will tell the girls not to be disheartened by the results, but keep working hard. And it is not that there is only one. Today, there are plenty of avenues, plenty of ways for you to learn. In the olden days, there were only few courses available. Today, there is enormous number of ways where you can shine. And I have seen with my own experience is that the students whom I thought were not able to come up would not shine. but they are working beautifully now. They have made a place for themselves. They have made a name for themselves. So sky is the limit today. Don't be disheartened. Continue to pursue your course, but don't be. Don't take too much of stress. And I would like to tell the parents also, don't expect, don't impose your expectations on the students and give them pressure and all. Allow them to do whatever they want to do, and let them pursue their course and be happy in whatever they do. That's my message.
A beautiful message, ma'am. A very powerful one. Thanks for empowering the little girls of Convent High School who are studying now. Lots of love to all of you from the International Fab Talks and from our special celebrity and guest, that is Miss Rama Mugad. Dear ma'am, what is it that you love about yourself?
My cheerful thing. I'm always, I don't like to sit with a sad face or the thing. I love the company of friends. I have a very good sense of humor. Miss Sushila Shastri would always tell me that I have a great sense of humor. I crack the jokes. I enjoy the jokes. I like to make my friends smile, laugh, and they enjoy my company. They say, we miss you. When I don't go for any group activity and all, I miss it. They say we miss you a lot because your presence will make a lot of difference and all. I like, even at home, I watch the things and all. I laugh and I tell the jokes. I read the jokes and I read the anecdotes and I share it with my children. My son is very this one. He knows what I am and he respects me. My daughter respects me a lot, and my grandchildren also respect me a lot. And they all are in touch with me. And we discuss a lot of things about present day things. He's a software engineer, I told you, and he tells me about what is his nature of work and what is that is happening in the present day. These youngsters, they come and join and they are not very thing, and they keep changing their companies, which is not very good. He tells me so many things. I'm always in touch with my thing, and I discuss with them as a friend, not as a mother or anything like that. That is also one of the things. I like group. I like the company of my friends, and I like to be in the midst of my friends and all. Very talkative and friendly and all that way.
Yes, dear. Ma'am, we've even seen a few photos of yours. You've been having a good time in Dubai as well with your daughter and grandchildren. Would you like to
Yeah.
share that beautiful experience, dear?
Yes, I visited Dubai more than 6 times, more than 5, 6 times. And my daughter, she runs a business there. She's become MBA, and my son-in-law is a officer. I mean, manager, general manager of a big company there. And she has 3 children. Her daughter, I told you yesterday, I sent the profile. Her daughter Khushi, she used to come to school. Sister Sumitra even today asked me, my principal, ex-principal, what about your granddaughter? I told her my granddaughter is working in the US now. After completion of her graduation, she completed from USF, University of Southern Florida. She completed her degree, and now she's working for a company. She's trying for a master's and she wants to continue to there. And there, I have seen much of Dubai. So many times we have gone. They have a big house. I lived there, enjoyed. We both go there together. And once we go there, we live there for 3 months because the visa is for 3 months, or at least 2.5 months we stay there and we come back. Thus, I've overcome the fear of going through this planes, aeroplanes, and all that. Now, very often I have traveled. Only I did not visit US when my son was there because he was getting transferred from one place, shifted from one place to another. But it doesn't matter. My granddaughter tells Aji, first thing when I get my H1B visa, I will call you there to US. I said, more than happy that it is enough that you have invited me, but I don't want to visit any more places. But I can visit. I will go to Dubai next year in the month of November or December and want to spend some time with my daughter and family.
Yes, dear ma'am, that's really wonderful, dear. Dear ma'am, I'd like to ask you this question. How would you want people to remember you? And why people should remember you? These two things I'd like you to give us a clarity.
They should remember me for my knowledge. I'm knowledgeable. Till today, they come and ask me, not that academics, but yesterday I told you, I'm pursuing my studies in the religious things and all, like Mahabharata, Ramayana, and all the religious scriptures and all. And they keep, when they don't know, they come and ask me. I did not tell you, after retirement, I joined the course, that thing, and I did 5 years course, from which I got a degree for that also. and I have got a depth in that thing. So they must remember me for my knowledge, my sense of humor, my hospitality, my social friendliness, all these things. They remember me, and I'm sure they will remember me for that. When they have any doubts, they come to me, and I must say I explain to them. And in our temple also, very often when there are any courses and all, they give us the topics on which we must speak. There are people who come, they write on a paper and they come and read them. But I take a thing, I read it, and I thank God I got a good memory at the age of this. I'm 72 now, for your kind information. I'm running 72 years now, completed 72 years, I must say, frankly. But still now, I have a good memory. Once I read, I don't forget it. And I read everything and I assemble that in a proper order and all. And I can easily lecture them. And they all say, this is possible because you are a teacher in the school and you have great communication ability, skills, communication skills. I explain to them and they're very happy and they admire my thing, narration.
Yes,
Thank
dear,
you.
that's wonderful, ma'am. You're 72 years young. You're so energetic and so passionate about the beautiful things that you are into, the spiritual path. That's really very nice,
And
ma'am.
I keep learning now also. I'm
Yes.
learning now also. There's a book which I want to learn, memorize, and complete it. And I want to give, submit it to my thing. How I give up to our teachers now. They learn, children learn, and they give up to that teachers like that. I want to learn and memorize it, and I want to offer it as my uh, efforts to the temple, to the priest and all. They'll be happy. Yes.
Yes, dear,
Thank you.
that's really nice. Yes, ma'am. It's a wonder to have you, be so active at this age. If I'm mumbling with my words and fumbling with my words, just forgive me, because it's really so impressive to meet you and to get to know that you are still so active and you're able to give a lovely message to one and all, to be a role model and inspiration for all of us. That is really very great, ma'am. Hats off to you, to Zenith, ma'am, and
Thank
to
you.
teachers. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
What type of mischief the children would do in class that you would get angry? What irritated you in the class? Like, yeah, if you could share that as a
Yeah.
teacher.
They would not pay attention when I'm explaining. I mean, they would disturb me by talking, sitting in behind and talking and disturbing my lesson, like this one, teaching. That is one thing. And secondly, if they did not complete the notes and all, not I did not, but at least that which was important, they had to complete it. If they did not do it, I would get angry. That's all.
Yes, dear. Yes, dear. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I'd like to now ask this question to you, like your favorite quotation or quote, which is very close to your heart.
Favorite quotation: reading maketh the full man, traveling makes a reading maketh a full man, writing makes a perfect man, traveling makes a practical man. This is by Francis Bacon, who was a essayist, and Francis Bacon's essays are very important, which I read when I was in college. This is my thing, and I also like that. I'm interested in politics. I must tell you, I forgot to tell you. Every day, I don't watch any serials and no crying, no emotional drama and all. But I keep watching Times, Republic, Times Now, Republic, Beyond, and India Today, and all the English channels, national channels. And I'm a great follower of, a fan of Modi, and I want my country to go ahead and achieve great heights in his tenure. And I'm interested in basically in politics, and I'll be not that I want to contest or anything like that, but I keep myself updated with all the events and everything about all the celebrities. For that matter, I watched sat and watched the Anant Ambani's pre-wedding shoot also. Everything I keep doing. I keep myself busy along when this only for 2 hours, but the rest of the time for my meditation, my prayers, and my things. I keep praying for my family, my friends, my children, my grandchildren. That's all.
Yeah. Yes, dear. That's really nice to be, motivated even at this age and keep watching different types of programs. And especially you say you're interested in politics, to keep you
Yeah,
alert as to what's going on in
yeah,
the
yeah.
country, because our vote is really,
Important.
important. And if we have selected our leaders, we really like to know how they are managing the country and balancing the country's progress. Dear ma'am, your favorite color, dear?
Color. maroon color, maroon or brown.
Yes, dear. Your favorite movie, ma'am?
Amitabh Bachchan's movie,
Which one, dear?
Diwar, and many films of his. Namak Halal, I like, and even Mili, Abhiman, all these films I like very much.
Yes, ma'am. That's beautiful. Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, among all the achievements that you achieved till date, which one makes you feel the proudest and say, wow, this achievement really makes me feel great?
That I had an opportunity to teach the beautiful girls in the convent for 30 years, and they still love me and they respect me and they recognize me whenever whether I'm in Bangalore, I'm in Bombay, or in Dubai. Even in Dubai, some of my students who were there, they saw me in the mall and with my daughter. They came to me and they spoke to me. Same thing in Bangalore also recently when I went there. This is what my students and their wishes to me, my teachers, my school, that is what makes me very happy and I feel proud about it. That is my best achievement, I feel.
Yes,
And
dear.
my two children are my achievement. My two children are my achievement. My son and my daughter. Both of them are my real strength. And I simply love them very much.
Very true, ma'am. Very true, dear. Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, how many languages are you conversant in? How many languages you can
Four
read, write,
languages.
speak?
Four languages: English, Kannada, Marathi, and Hindi. I can speak very fluently in Hindi. Marathi, I know very well, and I read lots of literature also in Marathi. Kannada, of course, my mother tongue, and I've read lots of literature. In English, also, I've read lots of books. If I want to give the list, it will take 1 hour. But and English, Hindi also. Hindi I speak, and I've read few books in Hindi, which are made into movies and all. I've read all those things. I'm able to converse in four languages very fluently, very confidently. No worry about that. No hesitation.
Yes, dear ma'am. Dear ma'am, a very important question, ma'am, with regard to mental health. Like nowadays, it's the focus that you should be emotionally balanced. Your EQ should be more than your IQ, and parents should give a very beautiful, family atmosphere for the children. So there's a lots
Yeah.
of concentration and lots of importance given to mental health. I would like you to share your thoughts and views with regard to mental health, depression, all of these that come under the term mental health.
As I told you, we should never impose our expectations and our dreams on the children, and we should never compare our children with the other children. Never say that. Not other children. In my own family, if my son is doing very well and my another son is not doing that well, I shouldn't compare one with the other. Each one is unique and each one has his own abilities and his own capacities, and they will shine in their own way. And this is very important. We should live in a family where parents should give in sufficient time to the children, and the children should feel that our parents love us and we are all together. I made it a point. I was very busy when I was teaching, but my mother-in-law, my sister-in-law were there at home, and I made it a point that in the evening we had tea together. My children both would come from school, daughter from convent and boy from the St. Mary's. He was also St. Mary's student only. And in the night we all sat and had our dinner or supper, whatever it is, and they would tell me whatever is there going on in the school, whatever their difficulties, what they needed, what they did not need. I was not able to offer them the best of everything. Whatever we could offer as parents, we offered, and they were happy with that. Contented life we led, and my children never had that thing. Now also, they do the same thing with their children. I tell my daughter also not to expect too much from her son who is appearing for the 12th exam. Too much of pressure on the mind can break them, which is not good at all for the health. I keep telling her if he doesn't get a good college, she's planning to send him to US, because in Dubai, it is not very good after 10th and 12th. They don't keep them. They send either to UK or to US or to India. So I told her, he will get in one of the best colleges. Don't worry, but don't insist that he should do this way only, that way only. And she agrees with me, and we don't have. My third fellow is third grandson in Dubai. He is very smart. He already knows about Elon Musk and his assets and all those things. I'm not able to get into the thing how these children are so smart. We never knew anything when we were so small also. That is one thing.
Yes, dear ma'am. Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, here comes the next question, dear. If at all you were to meet the Almighty, and the Almighty was, ready to give you a superpower or a gift or a boon, you could call that, what kind of a boon you would ask the Almighty?
I would ask him to give me knowledge and make me a person so that I can serve the society. I can bring happiness into people's lives. Make me a person, make me an instrument that I can bring happiness into the lives of the people, and make me a mother, good mother, ideal mother, and a strong woman with a sense of responsibility and leadership. That's what I would ask him to give me.
Yes, dear. Wonderful, ma'am. Ma'am, as it is now we are very close to the International Women's Day, which is on 8th March.
Yes.
I'd like you to give a very beautiful, strong message to empower all the women across the world. As to how they should overcome the challenges that they face in their life, in their personal lives and professional life, in spite of all those challenges, how they should stand strong and continue their beautiful journey.
Definitely, women empowerment is very important, and already the government is also doing lots to empower the women. There is a bill passed and all that. But I see lots of problems they face in their professional life and balancing their jobs as well as the family and all those things. To maintain the balance between the two, especially in the IT sector and all, they find it difficult. But that shouldn't be a thing barrier for, but that shouldn't be a hindrance to them. They should find methods to overcome those and continue their career. They should be career oriented. At the same time, they should give equal time to their family also. That is what my expectation is. And do not yield to any pressures and all. And if there is any injustice or anything of that kind, please protest against this and bring it to the notice of the people and fight for your rights, fight for justice. That is what my message is for the women.
Yes, dear. That's really wonderful, ma'am. Thank you for that beautiful message. Dear ma'am, if you were to meet the Almighty, I just asked you that question and you answered very beautifully. But now this question is with regard to a time machine, an imaginary question. Imagine if we give you a time machine in your hand and ask you to click a button, and that takes you into the past era where you have to go there and relive somebody's life and return back. It's just a task, a project work. So if that was the case with you, whose life you'd love to relive?
I would like to be a child. My childhood, I love very much, and I would like to go back to my childhood, which I enjoyed most. I played all the time, and I enjoyed my childhood with my parents, my brothers, my sisters, and all. I would like to do that.
Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, as you mentioned childhood now, do you remember any beautiful incident? Would you like to share an anecdote with regard to your childhood, ma'am? Below the age of 10, what kind of a student were you, the naughty one or the calm and quiet one?
I was quite naughty, but I was even in my childhood. I think I did not get an opportunity to go to the English medium school from first to fourth. From fifth onwards, I shift because my dad used to get transferred and all. And I did my first and second in one year only. I finished because I was not able to attend the regular classes. When I was sent to the school, they made me give the two exams, and I was at once put in the third standard. But even in those days, I was. They asked me to participate in some drama and long big dialogues. They asked me to learn by heart. I would learn. I learned all those things, and I acted in the things in the school. School also. School days, I was always participating in all the competitions. I was going to the girls' English school here in Hubli. I would participate in the fancy dress competition, hairstyle competition, running competition, whatever competitions I would. Participation was my most important thing, and I would always win also something. And in academics also, I was very good right from the. Not that I'm boasting or anything like that, but I was good in all the things. Yeah, but there were the thing, and even in my SSLC, I stood first. In those days, there were four things. I was first to the center with 78% in SSLC also, which was great. Nowadays, they score 99%, 100%. That is different. But in our days, the answers were Hindi, not objective type and all. But with all that, I scored 78% and stood first to the center in Alnavar, which is near Belgaum, and I'm proud of that. That was I was a good student, very inquisitive, and would ask the questions, and I would prepare get ready with the answers and go and tell them the next day. I would never hesitate to express myself. My hand was always ready to answer the question. There are nowadays I saw so many girls in my classes. They were very good in subject. They were thorough, but they would never stand up and answer the question. They would show it in their writing, but I was not like that. I would immediately answer. Today also the same thing. When we have any classes, any course, first I would stand up and answer the question whatever they ask. That is my, I don't know, I can't stop doing that. That is in my blood. Maybe you can call it as a weakness or whatever it is, but it is like that.
Definitely, it's a strength, ma'am, not a weakness, because many of us don't have the courage to stand up and say. We hesitate. Maybe we may be wrong, we may be right. We don't. We may think that people may judge us if our answer is wrong. No, so a person is able to express his or her feelings. It's really very good that if that type of an aspect is there with anyone within us, to answer, to raise our hand at the right time and to answer, express our thoughts and views. Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, I'll go on with the next question in case if I'm mispronouncing anything. I am connected with my teachers, so then I will really have to be a little scared and like be a student like in front of ma'am. Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, I'd like to ask you this thing now with regard to getting up early in the morning, going to school and coming back. How did you balance all of this with your own children? Was it an easy task to be a working mom at that time?
It was not very easy for me, but I was still lucky in those days, in that respect also, because I had my mother-in-law was there at home, and she was still able to work and all. I would do my share of work in the morning, and in the beginning, when my son was born, by that time she had grown old, but it was difficult. But she would see that I go to school. I mean, those days, 2 sessions were there in the convent, morning 8:30 to 11:30, and again 1 to 3:30 it was. So I would come home by bus, have my lunch, and go back. And my daughter used to come to the same school. For a number of years, my daughter was alone. And after 7 years, I got my son, and they took care of both my mother-in-law took care of my both the children, and my daughter, of course, was coming to school with me only from first standard only. And there was no this one. And in the evening, I would come home and accept the responsibilities of home, household work, and all those things. But in the morning, I would get ready, do my share of work, and then go to school in time. That was there. And after coming home, also I would take tuitions and other things and keep myself. This one, in those days it was necessary for me to take tuitions also. Yes.
So that was
but everybody cooperated with me in the family.
Yes.
My husband cooperated, my mother-in-law cooperated, and my children cooperated, so I was able to complete my career without any obstacles or anything like that. That is one thing. And in spite of that, one more thing I must tell you, we are a very religious family, and I had to do all my puja and everything, and I would get up early in the morning, finish all my things, and then go to the school. Never missed anything of that sort in the household. My mother-in-law was very happy about that.
Yes, dear. That's really nice to know, ma'am. That's really wonderful. Dear ma'am, now I'd like to take you on a small round called as the rapid fire round, which will take another 10 minutes from you. May I take another 10 minutes, please?
I thought we have come to the end of the interview. Okay,
another 10
go
minutes.
ahead. No problem.
Yes, dear. My dear friends, it's now time for the rapid fire round. Let's get to know about the likes and dislikes of our celebrity and guest and our teacher. She is Miss Rama Mugad. She's been a great teacher to many of us. Many of the ex-students, you will be knowing her very well, my dear friends. Join us now on this round to get to know more about our special teacher. Dear ma'am, are you a great thinker or a doer? Where do you find your strength? As a thinker or a doer?
Think over. And then I will do.
Yes, dear. Yes, dear.
Thinker first.
Yes, dear. Ma'am, now as you've been connected with a lot of books, and I think for four decades, like 40 years plus, and with 4 decades, you've been like connected with books. So I'd like to ask you this very special question. Like, you think experiential learning is more important or theoretical learning? Where one can develop their skills?
Experience.
Yes, dear. Like, you still love fried food or fresh fruits? If I was to offer you like an apple or a samosa, what would you select first?
Apple.
Yes, dear. You like home cooked food or food ordered from out?
No. Cooked home prepared food. Food.
Yes. Salty, sweet, spicy, or sour food, dear?
I beg your pardon?
Salty, sweet, spicy, or sour food?
Sweet I'm fond of. Uh, Sweet I'm fond of because we don't have both husband and wife. None of us have any sugar problem. I eat sweets and all, but I like spicy things.
And if it is sweet, ma'am, which special sweet you love, dear?
Bengali sweets and Darwar Peda.
Yes, ma'am. Dear ma'am, when you're all alone with no gadget around you, no book as well around you, not a pen and paper too, you're all alone sitting on a chair and you're connected to your thoughts. Where do your thoughts take you usually? Into the past, present, or future?
Present. I'll be spending that in my memorizing all my prayers and all spending a lot of meditation. I will do that.
Great, that's wonderful, ma'am. You love socializing or me time?
Once again,
You
beg
love
your pardon?
socializing or me time?
Socializing.
Yes, dear. Your favorite season, ma'am?
Rainy season.
Yes, dear. That's nice. Ma'am, how would you describe a beautiful day in just one word?
Which is full of smile, which brings smiles to me, and no carefree day. It should be carefree for me.
Yes, dear. Are you a beach person or a forest person? Where would you like to spend some time and relax?
Forest, not beach.
Yes, dear. You're interested in songs also? Song and dance?
Songs, old songs, classical songs.
Would you oblige to sing a song for us?
No, not singing. I can't sing. I mean, I sing only to myself. But I love to listen to the songs, and all the old songs I listen, and I have a good thing. I keep watching all that thing, and even on the mobile I can watch that. I can listen to the music.
Yes. So you love to listen to songs. Wonderful, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, what about cooking? Like, are you a great cook? You're a great teacher. You're a great human being. Now, cooking is a skill.
I'm
Yes.
a good cook. I'm a very good cook. I try variety of things, and I prepare lots of things to my children and pack them and send them. And besan laddu is my signature thing. My son says. He says,
Yes.
"You are the best. Your laddus are the best. It is your signature item." He says. I love to cook.
How nice. I love to cook. That's the beautiful way
Come
of
home one day. I would like to invite you to come to my house. I'll cook and serve you.
How sweet, ma'am. Thank you so much. It means a lot. Thank you. Thank you very much, dear, for saying that. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Dear ma'am, now you are a favorite teacher to many of the students. I would like to know now, who was your favorite teacher when you were a student? Which teacher inspired you the most?
Yes. In my school, you mean to say?
Yes, dear. When you were a little child and
Students or the teachers who inspired?
the teacher, your favorite
Uh-huh.
teacher.
Yeah. And there was a teacher, a maths teacher who was a good person. He inspired me. And my social science teacher, Miss Hombali, she was also a good teacher. Quite number of years now, but I remember all those teachers and I respect them.
Yes, dear. That's wonderful. Your favorite breakfast, ma'am?
Idli,
Your favorite month?
idli, and
Idli and chutney?
yeah,
Yes, dear. Your favorite month?
month February,
Any special reason?
Valentine's Day, my birthday.
Oh, that's wonderful. 14th February is your birthday.
Yes,
That's nice.
yes.
Great.
Valentine's Day. That's why I keep telling it is a lover's day, and I love lots of people, and so I have lots of friends. Really, I have lots of friends, and who I find difficult to give time to all of my friends. So many friends I have. I like them. Different groups, the teachers, my here locality friends, my school friends, so many
Yes, dear.
groups of friends I have. They all like me, and I like them, of course.
Yes. Dear ma'am, this is one question with regard to finance. Have you spent money on any article or item and regretted? Why did I buy it?
Arti- arti-
Like you bought something, but again you felt, oh, why did I waste my money on it? Did you have any regret buying anything?
A few saris only, nothing else. I did not regret. I don't have any regrets about what I have bought. I buy only after I make a think 10 times and I make a decision to buy that.
That's beautiful. Tea or coffee, ma'am?
A few saris I may not have liked. Coffee I like. Coffee I prefer.
Yes, you were saying about your saris. You could continue with that, dear.
Sorry. No. If at all there is any regret, number of saris I bought. I regret why did I buy all these saris? They are going to be a waste, and I give away to my friends and other people which are brand new, not the thing. Other than that, there is
Yes, dear. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, do you love coffee or tea? Yes, ma'am. Do you love coffee or tea, ma'am?
I love coffee. When I have after breakfast, I love coffee.
Yes,
But,
dear.
but otherwise, morning first cup of tea only I have.
Yes. Dear ma'am, now we come to the last two questions. Till date, the best gift that you've ever received. The most precious gift that you ever received till date. It's a difficult one.
No, not that difficult. I just don't know how to reply. My son, when he was studying here, he would write a beautiful wordings and keep it on the thing. Next day would be 14th morning. So 13th night, when we went to sleep, he would put it in the my bedroom latch. He would insert it in the latch, and the card would be so beautiful with such beautiful wordings. And my daughter and son together gave me gifts, which I like very much. Of course, my husband is the best gift that I have received in the life. I like all that thing. There is nothing.
That's wonderful.
My son's greeting cards, I preserve them till date. Beautiful wordings. I love them very much. Yes.
Yes, dear. Wonderful, ma'am. That's really nice and very romantic. As you say, the best gift is my husband and my two little children who have been giving a lot of love. They have returned the love in a very positive way. That's really nice, ma'am. We are so honored to have you today. Looking forward to many more interactions. Before we sign off today from the International Fab Talks, I would like you to give us three gifts in the form of three empowering words. Apart from please, sorry, and thank you, we always put in a little request to our celebrities and guests to give us three powerful words or three magical words. Sorry and thank you.
Courage. Read. Don't give up.
Yes. Yes.
I repeat.
Yes.
Courage. Read. Never give up in life.
Excellent, ma'am. Thank you so much, my dear friends. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you, ma'am, so much. It is courage, read, and never give up. No matter what problem you face in life, rise up again like a phoenix and have courage. Keep reading, keep learning, and be the very best version of yourself. Thank you, ma'am. Tumba, thanks, ma'am. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for giving me this honor. I'm honored and humbled by your thing. And I'm so happy that you found my number and invited me for this international Fab Talks. And thank you. Thank you so much. Bye. Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Thank you,
all the very best to you.
Thank you, dear. Thank you so much. God bless you. My dear friends, with this, we come to an end to the International Fab Talks for today. We've been having a wonderful time with our celebrity and guest. She is Miss Rama, an ex-teacher of Sacred Heart High School, Sacred Heart Convent High School, Hubli, Karnataka.